What's up, gamers? Welcome back to yet another Diecast opening and review. This one is the first 2024 Diecast review on the channel. So, yeah, you're here for it. This is Ross Chastain's 2024 Busch Light. I guess you could call it the iconic scheme, but I call it just the primary normal scheme. For 2024. Speaking of Busch, they have a lot of new cars this year since they used this first one. Today the Busch corn car just got revealed, and it looks really good. And diecast is yet to be offered at this point in recording the video, but it'll most likely be offered tomorrow or Thursday or something. Not many offers this week from Lionel so far, so really curious to see what's going on with that as well. Am I going inside the box? I probably am. There we go. I'll get that open. But I'm very excited for this one. I think probably one of my most favorite schemes of this season so far. There we go. I don't think that matters a whole lot. I'm going to cut this tape out. Alright, here we go. I have it the right way, thank goodness for that. Nothing else in here. Let me put that to the side. Alright, here we go. Let's flip this so you can see that it's the Ross Chastain Busch Light Standard. And let's get it out of here. Let me move this out of here. There we go. And this is the Standard Finish Elite. There was no other finishes. There was no liquid color, no color chrome. I think there was color chrome. I don't know. But I don't think in Elite anyway there was. But here it is. This is the first Elite of 2024. And let's see what this is all about. That's in my collection here. I already have my first and only 2023 Elite so far. I just dropped that, my bad. And this thing already, look at it. Already looks incredibly beautiful. Let's see if the camera will focus on it. There we go. See the chrome #1 already on there. Got the reflective kind of foil that they use on this, as you can see. Let's focus again. 1 out of 285 Elites were made. Let's check out the box. This is just the normal Elite box for 2024, so there's no other logos on it. It's just the classic standard Elite logo on the box all around. And I think, yeah, nothing much on the bottom. Let's get it out of here. Let me get this out of my way. And then put this here. Part of my floor. Okay, here we go. It's already sliding out of the box. Look at that. Alright, I don't think there's anything special in here. Other than the certificate of authenticity of the Elite. That's pretty much it. And then nothing on the back. Yeah, nothing too much special in there. Other than that, other than the little antenna right here, you can see little tape right there. There you go. That's the antenna that goes on car. If you want to do that, I don't really care. Let's take a look at the car. My camera's not doing a great job focusing today, it seems. But yeah, this is my favorite scheme of the year so far. I mean, there's really no other competition so far other than the other Busch cars, at least in my opinion. But yeah, this looks amazing. That Busch light all around the car. They don't have the Busch anymore on the sides. They just now have Busch Light because they're using a different driver for it. As you can see, the DIN number is 152 on the Elite. It has the E there just because the Elite, if it doesn't have the E, has a 0, that's just an ARC. But you can probably tell anyway because of these. That's the only, like, way you can tell there's an Elite and not an Elite. Kind of, without the antenna. But yeah, that's pretty much the only like, visual difference, but, weight-wise, it's definitely a big difference. I will say that. But, yeah, ever since this ever got leaked, this actually got leaked before it got revealed. It was, like, I think a couple months before it got revealed that, it got leaked out of, I think there was, like, a little banner thing or something of this scheme on it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely getting this. And Elite. So, and that's why it's here. And that's why it's an Elite. Kind of a shame there is no, color, or not color finishes, just finishes. I think liquid color wouldn't have looked bad on this, but I don't know. I don't even know what the base color would have been. Probably, like, white or something. Something stupid like that. But I can see why they didn't do any special finishes on it. Anyway, let's go over the sponsors on the car. You have Goodyear above the tire. You have the NASCAR Cup Series logo. Noah 75th anniversary logo. The first time in a while you're going to see those. The chrome number 1 here. Then you have Busch Light. And then you have Jockey with the mountains in the background as well. The mountains are a pretty cool element to this car as well. Worldwide Express, Moose Fraternity, and Kubota. There's no Advent Health. Then you have Ross Chastain and only Chevrolet on the pillar here. Then you have Simons. Then you have beamoose.org. Then you have the Wendy's logo right there, which was actually a late addition because this originally had a prototype even when the scheme was revealed. Lionel put out a prototype of the car, and then the Wendy's logo wasn't there yet because they didn't have Wendy's at the time of the scheme reveal. Well, I think they did. The scheme reveal, I think they had Wendy's, and I think the prototype was out before they had Wendy's, so that's probably why. Wendy's was a late addition to this car. Anyway, you have Get Bioethanol fuel injection there. Then on the back, you have Busch Light and Quaker State. I'm still surprised Quaker State has never sponsored Ross. Just saying. Camaro, Z01, and the number 1 right there, it's blue. Then on the deck lid, you have Race for the Mountains. I like that as well. On the other side, pretty much the same stuff. You have Busch Light here. You have Worldwide Express, Moose Fraternity, Kubota, Jockey, the mountains, the chrome number 1, NASCAR Cup Series logo, and the Goodyear logo above the tires. Did I say Ross Chastain on the name wrong? I don't think I did. That's fine. There it is right there. You have Chevrolet, Simons, beamoose.org, and Wendy's. One little thing I don't like about that Wendy's logo, it's a little bit cut off, but that's fine. It was a late edition. Gotta give him some slack for that. It was also, like, right next to the Moose logo. So, but you gotta give space for it, you know. On the hood, you have a huge Busch Light logo, which also looks really cool on this little design in the back. I love that. Then on the front, you have Mountain Design with the number 1 and the Trackhouse Racing logo right there, along with your Chevy logo and stuff right there as well. Pretty cool. And then on the roof, you have the white number 1 and Busch Light there as well. This is an Elite, so a little bit heavier material, a little bit more detail in this car. It's metal base, not plastic. The plastic is ARC. The metal is Elite. So that's why it's a little bit more in price. There's been shockingly a lot of Elite DMPs. Especially in yesterday's big DMP list, there's a lot of Elites in it. There was a couple RFK Elites in it that were DMP'd. There's just a whole bunch of Elites are being DMP'd as of recent. And for those Elite collectors, I feel bad for you, but I'm not a huge Elite collector just because of how much more expensive it is, because this was, yeah, you could probably imagine. But, yeah, other than that, I would be collecting more Elites. But, ARC is just good anyway. I like ARC because, look, on the next-gen Elite with this deck lid, I don't think it's really that much of a point because, I mean, you can't really see anything in there. You know what I mean? Unless you have, like, a flashlight or something, or just have a really good, like, view in there. Can't really see much. Also, another thing, it doesn't even close all the way. Look at this. You guys see how not closed it is right now. You have to, like, push it down. It's kind of weird with this next gen Elite. But, because I had that issue on the Harvick, liquid color Elite. You see, look at it. It's, like, kind of, like, crooked right there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not coming out in the camera well. Maybe right there you can. Yeah, that's a better view. It's kind of, like, crooked right here. It's, like, not closed. This side is closed. This side is not. It's kind of weird. I don't know how that works. But yeah, that's pretty much that with the, like, deck lid, whatever. That's also another reason why people get Elites more than ARCs, which I get it. I like having that deck lid thing, but I don't know about the next-gen car. It's just such a small space. You can't really, like, see anything. On the other cars, you can probably just see a lot. Like, even the Gen 6, Gen 5, Gen 4, you can see, like, almost everything. On the Gen 7, it's, like, such a smallest space. You just can't really see anything. But this is the last Elite I'm getting for a while. Unless something new or good comes out, you know. Unless, you know, they come down in price, which probably will never happen, unfortunately. But yeah, this is pretty much all the Elites I'm getting right now. Down the road, I might get a few Gen 4, Gen 5 Elites. Who knows? Let's talk about this specific car and the Daytona 500. This ran in, actually, both the Clash and the Daytona 500. The Clash ran the chrome number. The Daytona 500 used the white number instead of chrome. So that wasn't chrome for the Daytona 500. I don't remember if they still use the chrome. I don't think they do. That's fine. It was already on the diecast, so they couldn't change that. But they're pretty much basing it off of the Clash car, which is understandable because at least it ran. At least it ran with the chrome number. But at the Daytona 500, coming to the white flag, he tried to make a move down to the middle and tried to thread the needle. And then I think it was the Joy or something, that kind of set off that wreck with Cindric and Chastain or something like that. That really took out Ross Chastain's great move that could have just won in the Daytona 500. He barely missed the big one just before that. The one that William Byron caused to just win the race. That's the one we're talking about. He had to take out the whole field to win a Daytona 500. And that was the first Daytona 500 he finished. Of course. I don't know. I don't think I would ever say William Byron won a Daytona 500 without out of my mouth, but as you guys know, I'm a big Tony Stewart fan, Kevin Harvick fan, whatever. So I really never got to see my drivers win a Daytona 500. You know, when I was watching NASCAR at that point. Tony Stewart almost won it in 2008, and then Harvick's had a few Daytona 500s where he almost won, I think. I think 2021 was his closest one. I think he probably would have won if anybody made a move with, like, 5 to go. I think that was going to be his to lose, maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't say his to lose. They wrecked him the final lap anyway. But I think Harvick finished, I think, in the top 5 in that. I don't remember. Top 5, top 10 in that Daytona 500. I think he missed the wreck. I know that much. But that was one of the closest ones he's won. Closest ones that he could have won, I mean. And then Ross Chastain, obviously, was the closest I'm ever probably going to see. I'm going to be honest. I thought he was going to make that move. It was going to be really beautiful. It was going to be a beautiful move. And unfortunately, he didn't pull it off. But you know who did pull it off at Talladega was Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher did literally the same exact thing. There was another car that was below him. I don't think it was Cindric. It might have been. It would be a huge coincidence if it was. I don't remember from the top of my head. But he did literally the same move Ross Chastain was trying to do, and he made it work perfectly. I was like, oh, okay, so Ross Chastain just ran out of luck, and, you know, that's what wrecked him. And you know, it's crazy. That was a caution, but, like, a huge wreck in the Xfinity race is not. And they have to come around that way anyway. Just for the victory lap or whatever. So it just doesn't make a lot of sense why they threw the caution for the Daytona 500, but For other races and other super speedway races, they just did not do it on the final lap when bigger wrecks happened. But it's whatever. We could have seen a better finish for the Daytona 500, have we know. But that's how that ended. He rated at Gateway. I think he got a top 15 in this car. Good Lord, do the Trackhouse cars suck this year. Man, they need something to go their way bad. And the worst one I think there is right now is Suarez. If you guys have noticed, almost every race right now, he's been at least battling for the lead lap every single race. And he's also one tough cookie to pass as well. It's been almost every single week he's been at least passed or battled for the lead lap, that 99 car. So something's definitely wrong with Trackhouse. Ross couldn't even hold on to a top 10 at Dover, one of his most consistent tracks on the schedule right now. Couldn't even hold a top 10 there. Didn't do good at Darlington. That's one of his first as well. So I think it's really a down year for Trackhouse. But, I mean, there's still a long way to go. We have Nashville coming up in next week after Iowa. And that's probably one of their other chances of winning, unless maybe another Super Speedway win comes up. I don't know. Otherwise, they're really on a down year right now. I think last week he finished 5th at Sonoma. So that was a good result. But that car was in 2nd place at one point. And then it fell back down to 5th place. And here we go with controversy once again with Ross Chastain and dumping somebody. They make it a whole big deal with Kyle Busch. He gave him a whole lane, and Ross obviously has to put it in the corner just to be on the inside for the next corner. And then he locks up his tires and gets into Kyle Busch and, kind of finishes him off. But he was trying to make the corner. He was trying to be on the inside coming out of the turn. And then he locked his brakes. It happens. It's a road course thing. It happens to almost everybody, but it's a huge deal when Ross does it because it's Ross. Just because it's him, it's a huge deal. We saw it with Josh Berry. There was a little bit of backlash, but not a huge one. It only happens when there's Chastain and mad Kyle Busch fans. And that's another thing. I mean, Kyle Busch is at a down year, I understand. But, I don't know. It's just, I think, a really bad racing incident. That's all it is to me. It's not like Ross was trying to just freaking kill the guy. I mean, he was just trying to get the pass. He was trying to pass him, in a bad spot. I get it. But he was trying to at least get to the inside and make the pass in the next corner, which is very reasonable. And he just messed it up. And that's all he did. And obviously, he makes a mistake and he gets backlash for it. So, it's very rough being a Ross Chastain defender, I'll tell you. And then you have him getting sent by Chase Elliott, which is fine. Fair game at that point. He literally saw him take out Kyle Busch. So, all then there, it's fair game. I mean, I get it. But at least he's got a top 5 out of it because of Truex running out of gas on the final corner. And that's pretty much that. Otherwise, I think Chastain's having a really good year. Well, not really good. I'm not very happy with the way he's been performing. Well, it's not entirely his fault anyway. At Kansas, he could have probably at least competed for the win, which he did for, the first, I think, 40 laps it was. He was up front and actually contending for the win. I was like, okay, do they finally have speed? And then on my restart, he fell back and was like, oh, okay, whatever. I think he might run the Busch Light Peach car in Nashville because Busch posted the peach flavor is back, so he's probably going to run the peach car at some point. Which I would believe is at Nashville because Harvick ran it at Nashville as well, so it only makes sense. I really love that corn one. I can't wait to get that one. And my goal is this year to get every single Busch Light car of Ross Chastain, which I think you guys can understand that. That'll be a really big deal to accomplish there. But, yeah, right now I have every single one of those pre-ordered. Every single Busch Light car. So, this one's my first one to actually come in. So, there's one down and many to go for me. But otherwise, that's pretty much this review. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's a pretty long one here. It's about 20 minutes. If you guys enjoyed, smash the like button, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you don't miss an upload, and especially if you like diecast reviews like these. And you know what? This is the last one until I have no idea, I'm going to be honest. I'm waiting on another car. I don't even know what's coming. There has not been a shipment report date for it. If anything, mid-July, early August, it comes. I don't know. But for now, this is it. Unless I get something from eBay again or something. And yeah, we'll see you gamers next time. Have a great day, gamers.